All right, all right, all right. Happy Wednesday, hump day, whatever you want to call it. We're always happy on the coach's corner. So big waves to you. Go ahead. If you don't feel like waving, go ahead and wave. It'll put a smile on your face. I just want to tell you, I say this a lot, but I'm going to say it again, how grateful I am for this community. And again, we said it yesterday. Want to say it again this morning. Alan White, special prayers go out for you and your family. We love you, buddy. And I know a lot of people in the coaches community reached out to you probably yesterday or shot you a text or something, but you're a great person. So we pray for you and your family. And Alan lost his father recently over the last couple of days, in case you were wondering. So that's part of the community, man. We embrace each other, right? Going through life. And the word for today is conquer. And we've actually back some time ago looked at this word, but I just felt like it was I actually grabbed this word. So maybe you can say it was a word I needed, but hopefully it's a word you need, and we can talk about that. But conquer, if you look at the definition, it's to take control of, and sometimes it's by the use of force, to defeat through the use of force. And a lot of times when we think of force, I think of fighting. I think of like gearing up for war, but sometimes it could just be the mental force to conquer, to fight through something, right? How many of you, I know Jane Rouse recently sent Sophia off to college, a long way away from home. She told us last night, Sophia, Jane, you're coming to visit her, but she's not going home until I think December. So that's a conquer. Like that's something you've had to mentally conquer and probably not there yet. We've all had that difficulty in our life that man, it takes great effort to get through it. And so this word was laid on my heart to do. And I want Andrea to read these three quotes, if she will. She's tuning in from the car. But Andrea, if you could read, I pulled three quotes this morning because to conquer something, like for me, it's all about me, right? A lot of times, whether it's a war I'm taking on, or it's my profession, it's my job, or maybe it's my relationships, or maybe it's a loss of a loved one, I got to conquer mentally or physically something. I got to look back in the mirror. It's about me. And so I pulled up these three quotes, and hopefully these will hit home to you. Andrea, can you read them?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
I can. I can hear you good.
Okay, perfect. So the first one that you got was, if you conquer yourself, then you can conquer the world. And that's Paulo Coelho. And then the next one, it is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves, by Edmund Hillary. And then the last one's very similar, but I love it. And it says, you can never conquer the mountain. You can only conquer yourself. And that's Jim Whittaker.
So three quotes saying basically in different ways the same thing. It's yourself. At the end of the day, when you're going through that 2x4 moment, what do I mean by that? I mean, something has literally hit you across the chest with a 2x4 in life. It's yourself that's going to pull you through it. And so I ask you these questions this morning. What's the greatest obstacle between you and happiness right now? And I'm asking myself this. What's the greatest obstacle between you and success right now? What's the greatest obstacle between you and inner peace right now? The answer in all three of the questions is the quotes. It's you. It is you. It is me. And so many times, like there's things that we can do, but we first got to recognize, man, this is life. This is the 2x4 moment. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when. And when it does, I got to be equipped with the armor and the things that I'm going to push myself through those moments. Andrea can't do it for Brent. Ronnie can't do it for Brent. Alan White can't do it for Brent. They can be big parts of it. They can be my inner circle, but I got to do it for myself. I got to conquer the thing that's hitting me like a 2x4. And so I'm going over 5, and then Andrea is going to grab 5. Specific actions you can take to help you conquer yourself. Number 1, self-control, the ability to say no. And how many of you, like I immediately went to ice cream. Like I'm stressed, I'm dealing with issues. I'm going to turn it loose. Like I'm going to be like, you know what? The Snicker bars and the ice cream, I'm about to consume it all because it don't really matter, right? And I go to having this pity party for Brent rather than going, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not going to, maybe it's alcohol. I'm not going to consume alcohol just to get through this moment, right? I'm not slapping you if you drink alcohol. I'm just saying, like don't do it to try to conquer something, right? And or maybe number 2, self-discipline. Say yes, right? Say yes. Self-discipline's ability to pursue what you think is right despite temptations to abandon, to say yes to yourself to because of something you know you're fighting through. So you're going to say yes, right? I'm deserving to fight through this moment. And number 3 is delayed gratification. I always say this on delayed gratification. I'm looking at my time. I know I'm running late. Delayed gratification is, I always say this, when I was a coach, delayed gratification is making those kids run wind sprints and they are cussing the coach internally. Like they are dogging me out. But I know that in that first game, when it's the fourth quarter and they're in shape and they've went through it, that after the game, I know that they're going to be hugging me going, thank you so much, coach, for working us so hard. But it's a delayed gratification. And we're the same way. Delayed gratification is, I'm going to fight through something because I know my future self is going to thank me for it. Okay. And that's a way to keep in mind when I'm conquering something. Overcome the voice of self-doubt. How many of you remember the Wizard of Oz? You know, the man behind the curtain that's always telling Ed, oh, no, Ed, you can't do it. Vince, you weren't born to do this. TL, you live in the wrong spot of the world to do this. Like all that man behind the curtain is always telling us is that critic, right? It's those crickets, right? And when we're going through tough times, we've got to overcome the man behind the curtain. We got to overcome the critics. And the last thing is stay on the path. Like, let me say this. I'm going to turn it, Andrew. I'm so sorry I went late. Going through tough times and I'm the world's worst, I want to retreat to just myself. Isn't it easier to just pull the covers and go, you know what? I don't want to talk to Andrea today. I don't want to talk to Todd Rowland today. I don't want to talk to anybody today. Worst thing we can do. We're going through challenges and we're trying to conquer something. We got to surround ourselves with a unit of people that's going to pick us up, that's going to love us, going to care for us, it's going to fight with us. And we've got to plug into them even more to conquer the moment of that rough spot, right? We got to plug in even more, even when we don't want to. There's somebody this morning didn't want to get on this dang coach's corner, right? You're like, it's too early. I'm going through a lot. I don't want to see them waving, acting like they're crazy. And so, but you plug in, you keep plugging in and you keep plugging in because the community, the people around you that you surround yourself with that you really believe in are the ones that help get us through and conquer that moment in time. It's like a 2x4, right? Whether it's relationships, it's professional careers, it's the loss of loved ones. It's whatever. It's the people that care about us the most, or the people that will help us conquer that moment. So, guys, I hope this helped this morning. Andrea, I'll turn it to you. Sorry I was late.
But no, you are great. That was powerful. And, the quote that I found on top of what you had that is a little funny, but a little bit fantastic. It says, give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world. And that's Marilyn Monroe. And I want to say that that is pretty true, but just replace the word shoes with the word tools. And for all of us, we can conquer the world. We can conquer ourselves if we have the right tools and do the right things. So to continue Coach's list, number 6 would be tame that ego. So the number one way that we can overcome is to stop living and being guided by our ego. So sometimes we can, get a little bit caught up in our head, and we can let that self-pride stop us from being vulnerable. And there's so much power in being willing to ask for help and ask for support from others. So it takes strength to be that vulnerable, but we got to let that ego go and figure out where we need help, be specific, and ask for it. So that's the first one. Next, embrace radical honesty. And this kind of ties really closely with the ego, but in order for us to conquer ourselves, we've got to be able to hear and accept and deal with criticism. So, sometimes if we're really lucky, we are blessed by the people in our life that will speak up to us, and they'll tell us, like, you're going the wrong way, or the way you're doing it isn't working, or whatever. But sometimes, again, we can get all caught up in our own head, and we can take that criticism as, just too painful. It's too much about me, whatever it may be. And we just ignore it, right? We just kind of have a blind eye. So in order to conquer the world, we've got to be able to take that criticism, learn from it, make it be constructive. Next would be feed our mind and soul. And Coach just talked about this. We have to input all of the good, right? So pray, get into our Bible, listen to Jim Rohn, like all of the good in this world, and all the things that can help us grow as human beings. Plug into the Coach's Corner. I'm gonna say this is a good part of it. Breathe in the good and grow. Next is take action. And when do we need to take action? Right now, right? We need to take action when things are hard. We need to take action when things are easy. We need to take action when everything is going wonderfully and when it feels like everything is going to pot. We have to just continue to take action. And then lastly, do the right thing. So if we want to conquer this world, we want to conquer ourselves, we want to do it in a positive way. So we all have the choice. Every day we get up in the morning, we can, step out of that bed and be a light. We can step out of that bed and do right, or we can get off track sometimes and go down paths that we probably don't want to be on. So, responsibility and doing the right thing is a big part of having that inner peace, being able to sleep at night and know Andrea did good today. Andrea did the best that she possibly could. Andrea didn't harm a single soul, and I moved the worm, from the sidewalk back into the grass, whatever it might be, but just do what's right, not what's comfortable or necessarily fun, in order to conquer ourselves. So I try to talk fast, Coach. Appreciate you guys.
Did.
This was a great one.
Yeah, great lesson this morning for all of us, but especially me. So thank you guys for that. I hope you have a great Wednesday out there. Colorado, Wyoming, we're excited to see you. And guys, we'll see you back tomorrow. We love you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you. Great message.